now. Take these shades off for a while. Well, I'm back again. So I'm the blogger. I'm here to talk to you about strange happenings going on around the world. So, I want to talk now about another organisation. Not Torchwood, but something inside the government. U.N.I.T. United Nations Intelligence Taskforce, formed sometime in the middle of the 20th century. U.N.I.T has been there during many strange ordeals and cases, such as 1963 when Daleks were seen around. And then there was 1969 or 68 where the Cybermen or Metal Men were coming out from the sewers where U.N.I.T was involved with a strange man and another young chap with old 18th century clothing and another woman. Their identities are unknown, but I think the one of them, that man, middle age, is the Doctor. Still, units have dealt with things, secret operations and such. And then in the 70s they got a new scientific advisor, a strange man with a mane of white hair and very dandy. No one really knew his name or he never told anyone his name. If he did say a name, he would go, his name is Dr. John Smith. But that wasn't convincing to me. He was a doctor, alright, Doctor Who. But yeah, he worked for a while, had some assistances like Liz Shaw, who was a scientist who worked at U.N.I.T and then left in 1971. Then there was another assistant that he had, Josephine Grant, who today is married and is Jo Jones. Did she know who this man was? And of course there were other people, including the late journalist Sarah Jane Smith. She was seen with this odd man. Just who was he? And how come U.N.I.T all of a sudden hired him? There's no record of him, no nothing. And all that is said of him is the Doctor, and this isn't the only Doctor. In the mid-70s, there was another one that was part-time, who always wore a long scarf and a floppy hat. Of course, he seemed to have a good friendship or good connection with the brigadier of that time at U.N.I.T, Sir Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart, or simply known as the Brigadier. Did he know this individual or individuals? And, of course, why did he come out of retirement in 1989 to assist U.N.I.T in an ordeal with another strange individual dressed up? Again, he's come across many other of these people, or the Doctors, as I like to say. I think all these Doctors with different faces are all one and the same, because like I've said before, I know for sure that the Doctor is an alien that can change appearances and travels in time. A lord of time. But what are they? Who are they exactly? Well, of course, Brigadier has never really spoken out about these things, but military combat runs in his family. Like his grandfather, Archibald Hamish Lethbridge Stewart, who fought in the First World War, who felt like he was going to die in the war, but he never did. Also, Christmas Day 1914. Um, I mean, this might be unrelated, but for a brief moment, somebody somewhere caught a brief image, snapped a photo, said they saw nothing there, but when the photo was developed, there were these two blue boxes with two men going in or out of them. What was all that about? I think there were two doctors. Could they be the same person, as I said already? But yes, U.N.I.T has gone to carry on in the family. To this day, the chief science officer of U.N.I.T is his daughter Kate, who is a difficult woman to get hold of. Never speaks in any interviews, no nothing. Of course, one New Year's Day in 2019, there was someone phoning for U.N.I.T services, but they were suspended. But of course, U.N.I.T are back up to scratch now and have a lot of things happening that they deal with. They've even had women. 2022, two women came to U.N.I.T assisting them. Their names Tegan Javanka and another one named Dorothy, but always went by her name Ace. Also, there's a photo here of them with a woman in the middle. Who's that woman? Is she a doctor? She claimed to be the doctor. There's a lot of sightings of her in Sheffield. I need to do a discussion about her one time. Because she's a strange woman. The woman in the blue box. But, yeah. The United Nations Intelligence Taskforce always seem to intervene when there's alien threats. Do they protect us from these? I think so. And is the doctor working for them or worked for them? I did manage to find something, unit records of the staff board in the 70s. There was the doctor, and to this day, he's still on the staff board, like he never resigned. During 2009, when there was the Atmos crisis, where everyone's car had Atmos, then it unleashed that gas and poisoned the sky, unit got involved. And there was this individual with them in a blue suit, apparently called down by the chief medical officer or something at that time, Dr. Martha Jones, who today is gone rogue with her spouse, Mickey Smith. But is that the doctor? And also, he looks a lot like John Smith, a teacher from the 1900s, Edwardian times, who disappeared and no record of him. I also need to talk about the faces, how some of these doctors resemble other historical people, like a dictator called Salamander, John Frobisher, John Smith. The change doesn't have to be random on us. Anyway, yes, unit. I think I'll leave this one here. Talk with you all another time. I best go and deal with some other ordeals of my own. I'll keep you posted.